Finally.
I'm gonna say my name is Zane because I can't hear Llytic sometimes. I'm Zane.
I am Llytic. Welcome to What Are We Reading?
Today we're reading Bloody Painter Creepypasta Original 2017.
A thing that is technically a remake that set me for a fucking loop as I was trying to figure out how the fuck this timeline works because it said that the prequel was written 4 years before the original.
I mean,
but no, it turns out that the original's just rewritten.
But here's the thing, if it's the prequel, it should be that many years ago.
The prequel is supposed to come out after.
Well, sure, but like now it's actually on time with the actual timeline.
Yes, but that's not how prequels work.
Whatever, just fucking, should we start?
Yeah, I'll leave the link in the description to this one, but don't like be just targeting the person to like leave nasty comments and shit.
No bully, please. Just send the anti-bully rangers on your ass, you pieces of shit. Don't make fun of people.
Alright. A file about 2003 murder case. Oh, also, probably should point out right now that the person who wrote this is Taiwanese. Like, their DeviantArt profile says that they live in Taiwan, so if there are English and grammatical fuck-ups, that might be why.
Blame it on not English-speaking countries, am I right, man? Oh boy.
Also why, if you see anything weirdly weeby.
It's not that they're a weeb, they're just Taiwanese. Taiwanese! Fuck. Oh boy.
In order to protect the privacy of the relevant people and the victims in the following article, except the murderer, the rest of the people's name has been changed. The details of the story are arranged to make it smooth, but I will try to tell the whole story in this article.
Equal sign, equal sign. Alright, I don't know who I is yet, so, Mr. Helen Otis? I called out to the boy that sit in front of me, but he didn't reply. He is wearing a light blue patient robe. He has He has deep dark circles under his eyes, messy jet black hair, and his skin is pale as a paper. His gaze looks straight at me, like how a predator would stare at its prey.
So he's Mike Myers?
I know, right? Mike Myers, but, you know, Asian, I guess.
Asian and a teenager.
Mm-hmm. I am a psychiatrist.
Teenage Michael Myers, Asian teenage Michael Myers.
Dude. You're gonna kill me. As I was trying to say before this catchy theme song played in my head, I am a psychiatrist, and it's my job to interview patients. He came here for some time now, but I did not see him communicate with other patients. He always stayed in the corner of the room, singing to himself some strange lingo. Needless to say, he's an eccentric
Asian Michael Myers.
Oh no.
Okay, that's going to be the title of this episode.
Teenage Asian Michael Myers?
Yes.
Oh boy. He's just like sneaking up on somebody under his breath. Teenage Asian Michael Myers. Teenage Asian Michael Myers. The person turns around. What the fuck? And they're just like screaming at him. Oh, dude.
The thumbnail has it to where he's in the like stereotypical like character like outfit, but he's also dressed as a Ninja Turtle on top of that.
Oh no. It's gonna look horribly weird.
He has the bandana over the mask.
No. Your heart. I'm gonna die. We haven't even gotten through like a 4 for this thing, and I'm already dying.
But at least we're not vomiting.
Yeah, you're right. Oh,
this
boy.
is a judicial psychiatric hospital. The only difference between this place and the asylum hospital is that we treat patients with a criminal record to prevent the patients from going haywire.
His silence made no progress in the interview. Did you know this? I pulled out a picture in front of him. A black-rimmed glasses on the road. This is his crime case. He stared at the picture, and then speaks softly. Is from my best friend. The other
What is he, Russian?
I can't. How?
My best friend.
His best friend. Yes, I am. He's a teenage Asian. Fuck, he's a teenage Asian Michael Myers, but he's also Russian. Fuck, this doesn't work at all.
This is getting weirder.
Fuck. Do you want to talk about it? I asked, but he's just staring at me without a single word. Let's see. Look, since you came out here, things have not made any progress. If you could talk anything about it, then just tell me about it, please. Well, you see, I am teenage Asian Michael Myers.
Oh God.
Oh no, I
I'm
can't
just
do
glad
that.
that we haven't been making fun of like the dialogue because, I mean the grammar because again, Taiwanese person English isn't going to be their first language.
It's fine. Here's the thing. Their actual, like, positioning of words and grammar fucking sucks, but this dude spells great, so who cares?
Yeah. It's kind of like whenever you have English lyrics in a song that is not a song from non-English speakers.
Yeah, it's pretty much like
It's
that.
like, well,
Fuck,
well,
where was
you're not wrong, but
You're not wrong, but it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's not too terribly distracting.
It's like whenever I'm just on like some random thread and there's somebody there who barely knows how to speak English properly.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm used to it. It's really, out of all the grammar problems we've had, this is like the least problematic one so far for me.
And this has the best reason behind it.
Yeah.
We say to a story that we probably aren't going to like.
I think the story is great though. It's teenage Asian Michael Myers, dude. This is the best one yet. Oh boy. Let's see. If you could talk anything about it, then just tell me about it, please. After I finished my plea, he sighed and started to talk. It's a rather long. Their voices already mixing together. Fuck.
Just
I should
voice
do,
it
like,
like
solids.
a teenage Asian Michael Myers.
It's a rather long story. Oh boy.
Radical. His story is about a very quiet teen in the class who was framed by stealing the class' very popular person's watch. Then, in exchange for long-term brutal group bullying, he and one of the student named Tom became friends. Tom's here?
Tom, why are you friends with teenage Asian Michael Myers? Why did you tell us?
I was gonna say, I mean, what, you want to be friends with teenage Asian Michael Myers?
Fucking hell.
Okay. But also later found that his friend framed himself. They argue at the rooftop, but after a few pushes, Tom accidentally falls to his death. Oh no, Tom!
Fuck.
Tom's dead!
Is that why
It turns
Tom's
out
not
we've
on
been
this
talking
episode?
to a ghost this entire time.
Fuck.
It's the Sixth Sense all over again. Tom's been dead the whole time. Spoiler warning for the Sixth Sense, a movie that's been out since like 2000.
If it's any case, I haven't seen that movie, so.
It's one of the only good M. Night Shyamalan ones, so.
I mean, I'll see it at some point probably now. Maybe.
This is the photo of Tom's glasses when he fall. I tried to
When he
save him.
fall.
When he fall.
Sorry.
I tried to save him. I tried to pull him up, but he let go of my hand. I don't know what he was thinking at that time. He finishes his story, then looked down at his hand, seems to be thinking about something. He looks anxious from thinking back the memories. Actually, before he even talked about his story, I already knew about this. The patient who's sent here, their case are recorded in the file. Intrigue cases in school is very common for very much in the teens, like Otis himself. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm guessing he is much like the writer Taiwanese, but his name is Helen Otis.
Oh, that's like super not Taiwanese.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's like, so this actually does. All right, there's this Korean comic that I found a while back called it's like American Jack Ghost or something like American Jack's Haunted House or something like that. And it's about like this Korean lady who like runs a haunted house in Korea with her father that goes to an American like actually haunted house to try and pick up tips so that she can make her own haunted house back home scarier and bring in money. And one of the things that threw me for a fucking loop was one of the American characters doing one of the most like stereotypical Asian plotline type things.
Oh boy.
Because the whole thing is, it turns out that his daughter was being bullied. His daughter was being bullied in school, but whenever she asked him what to do about it, what she said is, "A friend of mine in one of my classes is being bullied. What do I do about it?" His response was, "Well, they're probably being bullied for a reason, so you should just stay away from them for the sake of your own reputation."
Ooh, yeah. Whoa, slow down there.
And I was like, that is one of those things that you see a lot, you'd expect to see in like manga and all that sort of stuff, because characters do tend to care about their reputation a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
But
in like
American
high school,
media,
I could consider that too, but like, nah. Some of the American kids over here are like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna hang out with them. Fuck you.
That's the whole thing with Americans, is it's literally like this weird sort of like narcissistic nihilism.
And it's
Americans
beautiful.
do not care about their reputation, because the only reputation they have that they do care about is the one that they made up. That being that they are great. If they cared about their reputation, Americans wouldn't do half the shit they did. So it was like, okay, it's fucked up what he did, yes, but that is one of the least stereotypically American things I've ever heard a character say that's supposed to be American.
Yeah, and like, unless maybe this is like, you know,
like
if the president's daughter, pretty much.
Like a situation you'd expect to hear from an American character that you would actually see something similar would be, just leave them alone, it's not worth your time.
Yeah.
Not, it'll damage your reputation.
Yeah, it's just like, nah, it's like, that bully ain't gonna stop anything. If anything, they're gonna start bullying you.
Because it's the whole thing of like, in like Japanese media and all that sort of stuff, you'll have it to where like that character's like, you shouldn't hang out with me, I'll ruin your reputation. And it's like,
I just love to just be like, man, do you think I give a fuck about what these people think?
that's one of those things, is that is very much an Americanism, and so it's funny, it was funny as hell reading it, and I see that and I'm just like, That
broke my immersion.
So you sure this guy's American?
Oh boy. Also, when you said American Jack, I thought Kangaroo Jack for some reason, and I panicked.
God. That movie was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And disturbingly rapey.
Really? I haven't seen
the main character more than anything.
Ooh,
So,
yeah, I can see
his
that
chemistry
happening.
with the main with the female lead was more just, hey, let's sexually assault her until she decides to date.
Oh dear lord, children's movies.
A family picture. Let's see. Fuck. Where was I? Oh, intrigue cases. Often time has passed, things will be past and forgotten, but in this common intrigue school life exchange, a boy who called Tom's death.
Oh, okay.
I think I know what it's supposed to say. But again, non-English speaker. Maybe that's why this is why Helen can't forget the past or forgive himself forever after this. What happened after that? I continued my question. At least we are progressing now. He answered, after Tom's deceased, Halloween is around the corner.
After Tom's deceased? After Tom is deceased, we can celebrate Halloween. He is our sacrifice to October.
I'm laughing about the Halloween thing. Because Asian teenage Michael Myers.
Asian teenage Michael Myers.
Teenage Asian Michael Myers.
He's already in suit. Are you prepared for Halloween?
Murder in a white mask.
Oh.
Asian power.
This entire fucking creepypasta is just gonna be us devolving into singing that fucking jingle.
Singing a parody of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle jingle.
Teenage Asian Michael Myers. I'm dying again. This scream kills me. Why do I do this?
And this Halloween is around the corner, and the school had a Halloween party, and everyone has to dress up to participate in the party. I prepared a mask one night before the event. I tried that time, so I went for a nap. And then I am here.
For I am here! Plus Ultra!
What is this, a Breen movie? I am here, now. Actual movie name.
That's not ringing the bell.
Actual movie name. It is terrible.
Really?
It's like if you combined, who's the guy that does InfoWars? Alex Jones?
You know I don't know actors.
Okay, combine the guy who does InfoWars with
Alex
Tommy
Jones'
Wiseau.
InfoWars. The war on there's a war on for your mind.
Combine Alex Jones with Tommy Wiseau, the guy who wrote, directed, and starred in The Room.
Oh, this guy.
That is Nathaniel Breen. I think it's Nathaniel Breen.
That does not look fun.
Oh, it's absolutely ridiculous because it's like these absolutely just insane movies. Yeah, Nate Breen. No, I think this is the wrong one. Okay. I'm gonna find this movie. Neil Breen. The guy's name is Neil Breen. Neil Breen. He plays Techno Jesus in one of his own movies.
You mean Neil O'Brien or Neil?
Oh, Breen.
Neil Breen. Fuck, dude. I'm trying to look up Neil Breen and all this is. Did you mean Neil O'Brien?
What is up with your? I guess I just search a lot of weird fucking movies.
Yeah,
for my Google to not question it. This is what the guy looks like.
Ew.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I think it's Double Down. We see his ass and also his balls.
I'm not gonna get that low-hanging fruit of asking you how big they were. Let's just move on.
Oh, I mean, could be worse.
It could be a teenage Asian Michael Myers.
Okay, I was going to reference a certain famous porn star who's known for the fact that he has horrible genital warts, but yeah, fair enough.
I'm just... Ew! What?
If memory serves, he's the guy. He was the guy that was in Debbie Does Dallas, and also had a role in the movie Cannibal Holocaust.
What the fuck, Cannibal Holocaust?
You know,
you really are looking up strange.
Dude, Cannibal Holocaust is the first
ever
found footage movie.
I've never seen that. No, I didn't know it was a thing.
I don't suggest watching it. It's not like it's actual. It's that movie's not porn. It's an exploitation Amazon cannibal movie.
Ew.
And you do see multiple animals killed on screen, so I don't suggest watching it.
Yeah, that's just already a bad picture in my head.
Yeah. One of them's a Kawadamungi, which is that kind of weird anteater raccoon-looking thing. Yeah. And a live turtle.
Not a turtle.
Yeah. In the files stated that he killed 17 people that night. No one knows how he did it. We don't rule the fact that he got a helper involved. Do you remember what happened in the middle? Any details? I asked. But he shook his head and then continued to look down at his fingers. Doctor, why am I here? He asked quietly. You will be here is because you are sick, I answered. He raised his head and respond. Come on, you are only 14 years old.
Oh.
I really got to question some of the things behind the lady who wrote this.
Yeah.
Then again, I guess
I'm
stereotypical East Asian school, I guess high stress levels.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
It honestly, what it
Sorry, you're
surprised
breaking
me,
up for me.
like those people are put under a lot of stress by like their just overall governing bodies. So yeah. Don't even get me
Yeah.
started on the fact that China has implemented what's essentially Yelp for people.
I
So
wonder what
people
that's
are put
like
on
when
a
you
rating
like.
system.
Just imagine if you have this one person that hates you at school, and they tell
Oh,
everyone at school to give you a bad Yelp people review.
oh God, you just end up with a terrible rating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God,
I
your
wonder who's at the
future's.
bottom.
I don't know. I don't think we can look up the lowest rated person in China with some questionable people watching us.
Who's the lowest rated person in
In China.
China?
Are you searching that?
Yes.
Your future's still very bright. I gave him a patient smile, hoping to cheer him up. I wanted to let him know that I am a friend here, not an enemy to him. That is what I talked to that boy. Is the first time that he spoke these much. Well, at least he talked now. We make a very good progress here. I will say the English isn't so bad that you can't tell what's supposed to be said.
Yeah, it's really not. It's just
You
I've
can
seen
tell
these
what it's
kind of
supposed to be
mistakes
said.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Like,
like with a lot of people, I think they just forget like their EEDs and stuff like that.
yeah. Especially if it's not your first language. Like,
Yeah. I think I remember looking at some like manga
yeah.
and they used I'm in the most incorrect way I've ever seen it, but I can't remember exactly what it was.
Honestly, my
It's
favorite
just
thing is
it
like
was
whenever they just did random English in the manga originally anyway.
yeah. Or like those shirts I think I've seen where it's just like
Oh.
random words on it in English.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite moments was Steins Gate. I am mad
We
scientist! He's so cool, son of a bitch.
Oh, I remember that scene.
I love that. I love also the guy responds by saying, like, I can speak Japanese.
Oh boy. All right. Equals sign, equal sign. The atmosphere here always suffocates me. Maybe because this is a hospital. In space! Not the best place for a sane person to stay long. I get surrounded by different patients every day. I get used to it until now. There is some different feeling now that
Oh
I felt
God.
lately. I
The
feel
main
like I'm
character's
a meekly sheep among a pack of hungry wolves. I am pretty sure this place is slowly chipping my sanity away, little by little. I know something odd about Helen Otis's file. I decide to ask him in person in our next coming interview. Isn't that... Do you do apostrophe S like that? Because it's like Otis, but there's already an S at the end.
Yeah. You'd put the apostrophe S.
Is
If
it
there's
because it's a
already an S, you
noun,
still
or...?
put the apostrophe S. It's just that it's pronounced as like an ES type situation.
Alright.
When you have a
Clearly
plural
this
for a
person...
word that already ends with S.
Clearly the person that wrote this has a better understanding of English than I do.
That's pretty unfortunate. We met at the small same room like last time. I greeted him with a smile and he responded me with a few blinks. I take that as a greeting from him. I don't know why I flashed back to the thing in my inner life whenever the characters would smile, then open their eyes. I sat down on my place. As I sat down on my place, I flipped open his file and looked him in the eyes. I questioned the femininity of his name. Helen. Don't make fun of the dude's name! Rude! One of the most badass characters in fiction has the name Ashley. Sure, he goes by Ash, but Ash Williams is a certified badass. I mean, he has a chainsaw for a hand.
Oh boy.
Don't think having a stereotypical girl's name really is something you need to question.
It's just every time I think of Ashley, I just think of that stupid WarioWare character. And then like the actual theme song starts playing in my head, like who's the
Have you heard
girl
have you heard the Silver Gunner one? Silver Gunner one?
of that version? No, I haven't. How is it?
Oh my god. It's basically, it has like all this different stuff mixed in with it, but it still goes along with the beat. And so like the beginning, you have like the whole one of Mr. Krabs' lines. Hello, I would like for you to play that song again. Yeah, sure, which one, man? The one that goes beep bop beep beep.
Oh no. I bet
It's
that
amazing. I love it.
just I'll have to look it up after
Does it
this.
clean a room and you never combs a hair? Ooh, it's time for girly things like that. Honestly, I love Ashley's theme in general.
It was really well made.
Oh yeah. Did your parents name you this?
His parents were really into the Ashley character. So they wanted to do something similar because they just were super into music, and they named him Helen. And while they were trying to think up a song, they ended up having a crazy child who like was still raised by them, who was super into music. So like he just keeps like whispering music to himself. So what he's really been doing this entire time is trying to make up his own theme song.
And he ended up with teenage Asian Michael Myers.
He just was really into Ninja Turtles when he was younger, okay? Oh dear lord, what do we've created a monster.
Again, no hate to the original author, but
Oh.
we might have created something amazing. He thought for a minute and told me that his parents were has difficulty conceiving him. So they were eager to have a daughter, but instead gave birth to a boy. Due to his mother's weaker health and their financial can't allowed them to have another, but they craved for another child. So they decided to raise their only son as their only daughter.
Wow.
So is this like Nagisa from Assassination Classroom? In which his aunt is trying to raise him as a girl?
I was thinking kind of like how Timmy Turner's parents expected a girl, and that's why he has a pink hat.
Well, yeah, but this one they're saying that they tried to raise him as a daughter.
That I don't really want to get into all that weird stuff because
Though,
I think
if
that's
memory
actually a thing
serves,
that's happening right now in the world.
If memory serves, that was what David Bowie's childhood was like, and David Bowie's fucking awesome. So
I don't know a lot about a lot of people. I had to look up David Bowie too.
have you seen Labyrinth?
Labyrinth? Is that like... That actually rings a bell. Is that with like
The
those
infamous
two
Bowie
words
bulge.
that like one tells the truth and one tells a lie?
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that guy. Okay.
One of the
Yes,
things
man.
that was
Alright,
yeah, one of the things that was actually kind of amazing that I heard about is at one point he basically just started traveling the United States and wearing like just dresses, and he did this in Texas at one point.
Oh, that man's ballsy as fuck.
Oh yeah, David Bowie has just the most impressive of balls. And the most amazing thing about this is the fact that at one point someone apparently pulled a gun on him while he was doing this in Texas and like basically called him out saying, "Well, you're a guy, you shouldn't be dressing like that." And his response was just to like look at this guy who was pointing a gun in his face and say, "Well, I think I look beautiful," and walk off.
That's such a Texas thing, though. I don't like this. I'm gonna point my gun at it. Oh.
David Bowie had like the best response you could ever have to someone threatening to shoot you.
I think I'm beautiful. Walks away.
I'm beautiful, so fuck you.
I'm beautiful. Exit stage left.
He thought for let's see. After he finished his sentence, he fell into silence. As I was thinking what kind of respond I should give, his mouth he opened his mouth again. Not only does his name sound feminine, his parents also bought girls' clothing for him when he was younger, raising him like a daughter instead of a son. Yeah. So yeah, apparently that is the situation.
Now I'm just imagining David Bowie singing her stupid teenage Asian Michael Myers thing. Like this is actually like this dude actually just looks like David Bowie under his mask.
The guy who did Ground Control to Major Tom singing our stupid Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles parody.
Oh no.
Uh,
Oh dear Lord, what have we
I
done?
would love that.
It would be really nice.
Unfortunately, he's dead. Let's see.
Well, of course, teenage Asian Michael Myers killed him.
God.
Sorry.
No, he died in shit. Which year? Yeah, 2016 was when everyone started dying. That
Glad
was
it
the
wasn't
year
connected
Carrie
to a lot of
Fisher
those-
died. You know, Princess Leia.
She died in 2016?
Yeah, she was one of the last. I think she was one of the last people to die in 2016.
Oh. I just got confused because I saw her in, like the new Star Wars, but
Last
damn.
Jedi was her
I had
last
that scene.
role.
I'm actually feeling really sorry for her that her last role was that movie.
Well, I mean, it's not as terrible as the internet makes it out to be. It's just all right.
Yeah.
It's just that the
But you really
internet.
want your last movie to be just alright?
Bro. Well, I mean, wasn't oh fuck, I forgot his name, but he played the big bad in the Street Fighter movie. The dude who played M. Bison in the Street Fighter movie. That was his last. That was like his last role because he was suffering from like cancer at the time. But he took the role because his kids were big fans of the Street Fighter games, and he was like, you know what? It's my last role. I'm gonna do this to please my kids. I'm doing this role for my kids.
He doesn't even look like M. Bison.
Oh, he doesn't. But he was one of the best things in that movie.
That's all that really matters in a movie.
Yeah, that gave us the line of the day General Bison invaded your village was the biggest turning point of your life. But for me, it was only Tuesday. It was one of the stupid, cheesiest lines, but it was also kind of this amazing "fuck you" line. You don't fucking matter.
Oh boy!
When
it
you
also
reach
implies that he just doesn't like. Oh, sorry.
He just
Never
doesn't
mind.
care what he takes over.
Yeah.
It's like I burn shit to the ground. When he reached the age of 6, he had to start schooling, afraid that the way that raised their child will cause a huge school concern. Parents started to force him back as son of their own. Maybe this was why he got some feminine characteristics. I mean, I wasn't ever forced to do anything feminine, but look at me.
I mean, when I was in my house, my dad was upset when I even wore heels one time just because I like the sound they make.
That happened?
He was like, yeah, so like I used to live in like a mobile home park and we had this super fucking long hallway with like solid ground. It wasn't like, carpet.
Yeah.
So it made like the clack, clack, clack really loudly. So I would run in heels way too big for me up and down the hall because it sounded awesome to me when I was like 5. But all my dad saw was his son wearing heels and he was like, boy, do not.
I literally have a pair of booty shorts.
You can't. No. That image. No.
Well, I typically
please,
wear tights under them.
Okay, that's a bit better.
So you do see the definition of my legs.
Your legs is fine. I'm just worried about your ass. I don't want to see that.
Well, I have to wear the tights, otherwise something might slip out. On top of that, my legs are very hairy, so...
I've seen some pretty hairy legs. I'm pretty sure it's not the worst case.
I don't know, they are pretty fucking hairy.
I had a dude who had hair, like he had hair all over his body. It got to the point where he would like shave because of how bad it would get. Even
it's only my legs. It's only my lower half.
Yeah, only your lower half is hairy.
I have like a trail on my stomach. And then the hairiest lower half. Oh god.
If you wore just like a top half of a Bigfoot costume, I bet your bottom half would work well with it.
I probably want to be wearing something over my groin. Otherwise, I'd just be
Maybe it'll
flashing
sell
people.
part of the magic.
My parents are very
Oh.
fond of me, and I understand their difficulties very much, so I have not complained about them. I do not think they have any problems. His family is very problematic. He grew up under his parents' twisted faith and overly high expectation for him. These will seriously affected his proper character development.
He can't be a good character in the story anymore.
Because of his parents. Because his parents forced him into dresses and then forced him out of dresses. Wait.
I'm just thinking of like, this isn't like the real world. It's like a world that knows it's just like a story.
Yeah.
And now you take your kids to like counseling and they're just like, I'm sorry. You messed your kid up so much you can't be the main character.
I'm just trying to figure out where this takes place. Is it take place in the same place where the writer's from, Taiwan, or is the character's full name supposed to be indicative of where they live? Because this isn't South Korea, where people often have like stereotypically Western like given names and then like their Korean surnames.
That must be really interesting names.
You see it if you read like Korean comics. You end up seeing like this person's named like Helen and then Korean last name, or well, Korean middle and last name, because Korean names are 3-part.
Yeah, you could also do it like this one comic I'm reading and just fuse countries together. Because there's the Vietnamese Americans and the Mexican Germans, pretty much.
Mexican Germans.
Yes, Mexico and Germany is its own country thing in this fucking.
How? Those aren't anywhere close to each other.
Neither is Vietnam and America, but that didn't stop the writer.
Those both have coasts, though. Germany doesn't have a coast. I don't.
You never see the actual like location of either of these countries. It's just
no, it does have a. Fuck, I'm looking up Germany on the map. I could have swore it doesn't have a coast, but now I'm not sure.
I thought the north was its coast.
It has a north coast that it also shares with Denmark.
Yeah, just there's Denmark up there.
But at least you could technically get
coast.
to the Vietnamese coast from the U.S. coast.
You can get there. You just have to travel through the North Sea, past France and Europe. I mean, England.
Have to go past England and shit.
Yeah, you just have to walk over England real quick. Just drive your boats over it.
Okay. All right. These will seriously affect his proper character development in his young age in a bad way. He might lost some basic humane characteristic along when he grew up in such family twisted faith for him, but he didn't know. Yeah, it's such family twisted faith for him, but he didn't notice it. Plus, he never seems to know how to express his feelings due to his growing environment. It's hard to change the parents' opinion of their family's origin faith.
What faith makes your kid want to be like a girl? What?
That's not even that the kid wanted to be a girl. They wanted the kid to be a girl. Which is weird, because in most organized religions, it's always this stuff going towards the sun.
Yeah. Maybe these people are just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
I wanted to tell him that the way that his parents doing is wrong, but this was not the right time to say it. So I kept my mouth shut.
Oh boy. Although he rarely had any communication with other patients or workers in this place, but he still talked politely whenever he did. We chatted sometimes. We sat on the white bench in the park, the sunlight pour on us gently with warmth. Can it not do that? Does the sun shoot cold at you?
I mean, does yours not?
Just like a pair of friends. Together.
Oh god, again, 14!
We don't always talk about something related to the hospital. Hospital. We chatted some nonsense sometimes. This kid mostly just sat in the corner trying to talk to me about his fucking theme song.
Teenage Asian Michael Myers, Teenage Asian Michael Myers, Teenage Asian Michael Myers, murder in a white mask, Asian power.
And this was the moment that we both felt relaxed, especially me, around a man screaming about his murder fetish in song form. I really felt my mind loosen its tension at the time like this.
I think I might need to change it from Asian power to murder power or something like that.
Either works.
Because Asian power just sounds wrong. It's
like white power, but Asian. Damn, I should have said
it's
yellow.
weird enough that we already have white savioring stuff happening in Japanese media.
Yeah.
Which, oh boy.
Anyways, and this. What?
There's this one manga I ended up finding in which the main character basically, it's like stereotypical isekai situation, but instead of fighting, main character just starts bringing modern medicine and shit and fixes everything.
Wow.
It's
That's
well,
actually kind of interesting.
Yes, but at the same time, my immediate thought is stuff like the King and I and stuff like that, in which you have like white character comes into developing nation or some shit and fixes everything.
And now everyone has nukes, and the entire planet's now a nuclear winter.
Just because they're more quote unquote advanced and shit, and it's like, well, this isn't unsettling.
Bet their entire culture got erased just to fix everything.
Been erasing their medieval culture.
Pretty much.
So that he can get
Anyways,
laid.
What the fuck? I'm gonna bone this lady, but now she's so modern, she realizes how much of an idiot I am and is going for somebody else.
She ends up going for someone within her league. Okay, in this place is your line.
In this place, other patients will randomly pick fights with other patients. Find out who fights next week as we pit macho. Never mind. I don't know where that was going.
Card games on motorcycles.
Where did the hospital get the motorcycles?
What is the point of
From the patients, of course. Why do you think they're in the hospital? Oh boy. Neither he didn't do that, nor he didn't help to solve the fights like a little pussy bitch.
He just watched.
He always managed to avoid any chaos here and live on peacefully. That's pretty smart of him. Or he was just too preoccupied thinking up his theme song.
Teenage Asian Michael Myers.
Teenage Asian
Michael Myers. Teenage Asian Michael Myers. White mask. Fuck.
Oh boy.
Creepy power. Pasta power.
Creepy power.
Pasta power.
Pasta power.
Pasta power.
Oh dear Lord.
Oh god. In the year 2001, 3rd of October, he discharged from the hospital after receiving treatment for 6 years, and it's time for him back to the society. We live in a society. Fucking shitty news. He is now 22 years old. So I guess it's adolescent Asian Michael Myers?
Adult? Or, wait, young adult?
Doesn't... Adult Asian Michael Myers.
Sorry, you're breaking up for me, man. I didn't hear your sick joke.
Adult Asian Michael Myers.
Damn my fucking internet, man. You know what's happening? He's killing my internet. That's what it is.
Teenage Asian Michael Myers is killing your internet.
He isn't. He's just outside my house stabbing the satellite.
He's stabbing the Ethernet cables. He's just like putting a knife in your router.
I could just picture it like he's not even like using his full force, so he just knocks it over, and like the knife
slaps it with the knife.
It's just for some reason he can't cut into it, and he doesn't have like a hammer, so because all he has is like his knife. He's just like slamming into it because he can't break it.
He was no longer the young boy when I first met him. I was the one seeing him off. thinking back all the times of his recovery really makes me feel happy for him. Don't ever come back here, Helen. If you come back here next time, we will meet when you are sitting on the electric chair.
Damn, what the fuck? Ah, all these happy memories. Get the fuck out. We're putting you on the electric chair, bitch.
Because Taiwan still use the electric chair. I asked about Taiwan, not the United States.
Capital punishment in Taiwan.
Oh.
Electric chair doesn't bring anything up, so.
Did you like Alt F? Not
Controversial death sentences.
Control
Organ
F.
transplantation. The hitch.
Okay, so yeah, nothing on electric chair.
Yeah.
Although apparently there are some states in the US that still do that as of 2015, so okay.
Hey, some people just need a shock of reality.
It kills them.
Sorry.
That kills people, Zane. Zane! Kills people!
It'll be fine.
This is the last words I said to him as I pat his shoulder and smiled. You should have patted his head like a good boy. He nodded in response.
My head, senpai.
You see, you pat teenage Asian Michael Myers' head. He needs the head pats. To be fair, who doesn't love getting head pats?
I've never gotten a head pat.
You unlucky son of a bitch.
This is why I live under a rock. No head pats. Head pats are healthy for young growing boys and girls.
If he didn't do anything in his past, he is still a good guy, if you ask me. Sure, he murdered some people.
And now he's 22, so he's totally legal.
Oh, God. Then again, there is probably some, fanfics of him. Actually, whenever I was searching his name, it was, X-Reader and stuff that was popping up. So,
yes. That happened for me, too.
I remember the look of him when he left. He wore a dark blue windbreaker and a pair of black pants. His hair was still the same messy jet black hair, as opposed to the different messy jet black hair.
Shh, not the person now, kid.
Oh God, wouldn't he try to comb his hair a little, or won't he try to comb his hair a little? Your parents
he comes
are
back, and instead of the electric chair, it's just he's tied down.
And they comb his hair.
Yes, just aggressively combing it.
They aggressively comb his stereotypical anime hair. Also, I'm seeing one of the groups that this is in, and it's literally a group on DeviantArt called Anime Jail.
Because anime killers are badass. This isn't an. This is creepy. Not anime. No.
Okay. Let's see. After he discharged from the hospital, he was behaving well. He sometimes communicate by using emailing or meet up at a cafe. We chatted about what we were doing now. Fuck. That was entirely my fault for misreading that. He worked as moving staff or cleaners for company near the hospital as a part-time job. His body has grown quite muscular due to his works. At least now he look healthier than he first came in. He saved a small amount of cash. He rented a small old house. The environment is quiet and nice. He brought some art tools and started to draw. He told me that he wanted to become a painter. He doesn't.
With blood.
Oh God. He still didn't talk much, but I am happy that he found his goal again. His goal in life. Goal in his life. He said he never blamed his parents for what they'd done to him, but he never once visited his parents once after he discharged. Ew. After we confirmed that he wasn't any threat to society, we finished our observation on him.
Shouldn't you not put him back in society first?
Well, apparently he did what he needed to do to get out of the psychiatric ward, I guess.
Yeah. Still.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, people like that do get reintegrated into society. They're just typically not the ones that are considered criminally insane.
Yeah. Just ugh. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
It's typically
This is
the
just
regular
plot.
psychiatric ward, not the criminally insane psychiatric ward.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Won't be an episode of this thing unless I start to barf. Anyways, in the year 2003, October, there was a few missing cases. Judy George and Maddie Wang, both age 24, are one of the victims in these missing cases. These cases are very popular that time, but I don't really care for it at the time. I don't think any murder case should be considered popular. I don't think you should rank that by
Typically
popularity.
not. No. Also, Judy George. Motherfucker's got two
George
first
is
names.
Yeah, okay. That's actually kind of adorable, though, Judy George.
Maggie Wang.
Yeah, Wang.
I'm guessing someone of Asian descent with, I don't know, your like Western first name. I don't know. A user posted this photo on social network. He said CCTV recorded this picture on October 31st, Halloween. Teenage Asian Michael Myers. 2003 at 2:30 a.m. It stated that someone tried to break into my neighbor's house.
This looks more like your house. Hold on. Like, also, this looks like a fucking Tumblr post.
It is a Tumblr
post?
Who posts
Instead of calling
something
911, let me
Tumblr
just
page?
post this real quick. Hey, yo,
Hashtag.
guys, this is my Tumblr page, my update blog for my art blog. Yes, somebody tried to break into my neighbor's house. I mean, I know it looks like they're breaking into my house from where the camera angle is, but I can assure you it's my neighbor's house. I
For
just
some reason, his neighbor gave them the footage. I mean, their neighbor gave them the footage. Also, 5 minutes, 15 seconds of video with the hashtag surveillance cameras creepy. And we
These
just
are
see
very
this guy. We just see this guy in his Zane's Danganronpa OC mask.
Can
2
we
inches
not
from
bring
the
that up,
camera.
please?
I'm sorry, I had to.
Oh, boy.
It's gonna be funny if, like, it turns out the person you commissioned actually listens to this. Like, wait a minute. I drew an OC, like, with a mask like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna read like the
you're gonna read
parentheses
the
and the
next
thing.
part?
Yeah,
All right.
everything under it, the police part too.
All right.
Because for some reason, in parentheses, it's there is a human figure behind the mask. No shit.
It's right. Well, no, it's talking about in that little corner right there. Like, you see the masked face, and then you look just to the right of it.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a face right there.
He/she seems like fainted. Yeah, alright, there we go. That
I
makes
think
sense.
that's a guy.
Looks like it, yeah. Police have no clue who is responsible for these cases.
Oh my god, the timestamp!
What? This video goes back in time!
It's a 5-minute, 15-second video. The progress in the video where the mouse is over is somewhere around like the minute 45-second mark. And the number it gives for it is 000.
This video, man. It's a cursed image. Anyways.
It breaks time.
Police have no clue who is responsible for these cases. They thought was some guilty pleasure freak were behind these. No, guilty pleasure is causing a chaos just to bring fear to the society, then pleasured by watching as the society goes haywire about the crime they did. Mostly they do it just for pleasuring themselves, so there's no specific aim for the victim to them, so it is quite hard to track them down.
So I guess it's kind of like those people dressing up as clowns. That was going
In the
around
forest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they weren't actually hurting anybody. Just
But
running
everyone's like,
around
no, the fuck?
fucking with people.
We should do
But
that.
I've never heard the term guilty pleasure freak.
Maybe it's a
Is
Taiwanese thing.
It might be a Taiwanese. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Taiwanese culture.
Neither am I.
That's why
Let's
I had
just
to look
ask
up whether
our
or not they
one
still...
viewer to see if they know anything about Taiwan.
Oh, I don't know if you saw, but we actually did get some with over 20 views, which I'm actually kind of proud of.
Yeah, those like ones where I'm not in there. It's like about that crusty wolf thing. Y'all got a lot of views on those.
Oh yeah, the neckbeard stories.
Yeah.
Written by a horror
You know what
YouTuber.
it is? Whenever I'm not in the videos, that's when they get views.
Here's
People
the
just
thing,
hate
though. Those were a series of stories written by someone who was an established YouTuber with several thousand followers.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Madame Macabre.
Why?
Well, the whole thing is that was a thing she had to deal with back during her college days. So she uploaded the stories to r/neckbeard stories.
Ah, dear lord. Ew.
And because of the fact that they were connected with somebody already,
yeah.
those got added traffic.
I mean, at least it means people like clicking on your thumbnails.
Yeah. And
Fuck.
my neighbor
break it
Totoro parody.
You broke up so much and then pop in with My Neighbor Totoro story? What the fuck?
That's what the thumbnail was.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Until the police found out the victims all same class with Helen Otis before he entered the hospital. Also, the survivals from the gruesome cases from a few years ago. The police decided to go on investigate his place. When I saw the news, I felt my heart stopped for a moment. I tried to contact him but failed. Something was going to happen soon. This is really bad. I sat in front of my TV, my mind jammed like a glue. I can't think of anything, unable to do anything. Oh dear God, please no. This is the only words echoing in my mind.
My mind jammed like a glue.
I don't know why I flashed back to Spaceballs. Radar's jammed, sir.
Oh,
and it's literally like jam leaking from the screen, so you have like just jam leaking from their eyes. My mind's jammed.
Oh dear lord.
Be horrifying, actually, now that I think about it. You could just see like strawberry jam leaking from their face.
No. It's like somebody walks in too. Dear lord, what's happening? Are you guys? Nope, just jam.
It's just jam. It's like Gravity Falls. Are you bleeding, Norman? It's jam.
Oh dear lord. What the fuck? Ah, these fucking mental images.
Yeah. We have a picture of a stereotypical detached Western style house with the caption "Helen Otis's old house were under police investigation."
It says under police investigate.
Oh, investigate. Whoops.
Anyways,
Here we go.
17th of November, the night was dead quiet. All the sound around the place was silence, which made his house in the middle of the field look more eerie. The police broke the lock on the door and opened it slowly. A stench of unbearable rotten smell welcomed the intruders from the darkness in the house. One of the police checked the house with his torch. All of the furniture in his house were gone. Apparently nobody lived in here for a long time. Who the fuck buys the house then? Anyways, They moved inside quietly to check the source of the smell. Suddenly, one of the police feels something brush against his shoulder. When he pointed his torch up, he saw something that haunted his mind forever. An upside down human twisted face was eyeing the police, its neck ripped wide open. The police freaked out and called the other police. The police freaked out and called the other polices while he scanned the rest of the house with his torch. The
Okay, if
house was
all you know about how English plurals work is that you add an S, then I guess that could be forgiven. It's like people not realizing that the plural of moose is moose.
But still, it's just like, hello, police? This is a police. Please send the bigger police here. This is too
Hello,
scary.
police, this is the police. Please send the police.
We need backup. Stat. Oh, boy.
I mean, it's probably
All right,
saying
well,
that one person called his other, like their other officer teammates or whatever.
like the guys from just outside walk inside. Yep, happened. What the fuck?
What are you doing with this body?
The house was hanged full with upside down dead human bodies. All of their neck were also ripped wide open. Their blood were all dried up. This disturbed scene was like a human butcher place.
That
Then in
reminds
parentheses,
me, I need
Judy George, age
24.
looks like they're wearing a mask.
I don't
They have
know
a
about
bra
their
on
face.
their.
Yeah, they have their bra on, which okay. But I don't know. For some reason, it looks less like they're drenched in blood and more like they're just covered in chocolate syrup.
I know, yeah.
And like, it doesn't even look like their throat's been ripped open, like it said it was.
I guess they can only
Like,
get
with
so
the
much
angle
away from it.
The angle they're hanging at, you would definitely see like their throat ripped open.
I don't think this person had enough money to find that.
True. Well, I think it might have been that she got one of her friends to like do that. Or maybe she hung herself upside down from a ceiling and had a friend take a picture of it.
Maybe.
Maybe
Imagine your
this
parents
is
walking
the
in on.
author. All I know is that it says that the author's a woman, so, and Taiwanese, so.
Oh boy, two things I love. Women. And
Well,
I
that was
lost where I
weird.
was going with that, sorry.
Yeah, that was weird. But that does remind me, though, I do need to get working on my porn parody for the human centipede.
No.
It's gonna be the human the anal centipede. It's gonna be a whole bunch of ripped ass dudes lined up, all just fucking each other anally.
Oh man. Ew, fuck, dude. Why?
It's the most literal version of running a train on someone.
Stop.
Instead of them just taking turns on the same person, it's literally one of them's in like this one woman, and then the rest are like the next person inside that one guy, and it just keeps going.
What you should add is just right there in the middle is a girl wearing like strap on. Just out of the blue. Just like don't mention it. Just only like talk about the dudes in the line. Oh.
It's like the title, The Anal Centipede. Every single body's side placed a drawing canvas. The drawing on top of it was all the progress of tortured and killing each of the victims. This murderer's taste is really sick to the end. One of the body's jaw get ripped away brutally. The canvas of the body stated, all bark but no bite. Smiley face. All the color on the canvas were in brownish colored. It is proved to be victim's blood after police analysis. It all turned in brown colored because of oxidase. There was a total amount of 5 bodies in the house. They found Judy and Maggie among the dead bodies. The other 3 bodies are the one who gave the witness about the murder case of Helen to the police few years ago. Those with bloody canvas, this place looks like a gruesome art gallery of victims that Bloody Butcher Place. All of the bodies in canvas were facing the entrance greeting the ones who entered this place. Other than sick, cruel joke, the police can't find out any other intention of a murderer doing this. I don't know. Maybe they just felt like killing a motherfucker. So
That
as it already
excuses it.
stated, the people are people that have a connection with Helen.
But where's Helen?
I don't know. It's really weird considering the fact that in the quote-unquote prequel, he lives in an on-school dorm, near school dorm. So I guess this is his parents' place? I fell into despair.
Okay, now the prequel's confusing too. What? This is
Fell
like a
into-
retcon.
Yeah. Is the prequel the retcon or is this? I don't know anymore. This is apparently an edited version.
We don't have the original, do we?
We only have the edited version put out in 2017.
Fuck. I don't know if I got my lore right. Shit.
I don't have my teenage Asian Michael Myers lore right.
Fuck, dude. That's inexcusable.
Yeah, man. I'm really just a disappointment.
I can't wait for us to do a different episode and to
Do the prequel.
episode. He's just like, the fuck are y'all talking about?
We do the prequel with Tom.
We could.
I fell into despair and panic I never felt before. I really hope that he is not the one who did all these. After the news was published, neither can't I eat nor sleep normally. My health was sliding downhill. I am a psychiatrist, but my sanity was slipping away from my head. Can't anything be worse than this? I really want to go back time and punch myself hard.
Alright, she's dead next to bed.
I think most people want to go back in time and punch themselves hard.
Me. I'm gonna go all the way back to when I was just coming out of the womb. I'm gonna punch my face and be like, that's for being a shithead, me.
This does explain some shit because when I read the prequel back in 2013, I was like, okay, I've heard of this bloody painter character, but why are they called this when they haven't painted shit?
Oh yeah, because you... Oh, that must have been really confusing, yeah.
Also, this newspaper article we find, 5 skulls found in House of Horror, wintry storm rips Midwest, traffic snarled, schools closed as heavy snow hits, Wisconsin in path.
Oh, so this is the U.S. There's our answer.
Yeah, Associated Press and United Press. Wisconsin. It's in Scotia. Apparently. Scotia, Wisconsin. All right. So... teenage Asian Michael Myers is from Wisconsin.
So he's Asian American.
Asian American Michael Myers. But teenage Asian American Michael Myers doesn't have the same ring to it.
It's implied that he's an American.
Yeah, Gein admits killing women. Kelleen reveal. Why is there an Ed Gein article in this 2008? This 2003 headline. Also, it's a 6-cent newspaper.
Wait.
A bloody painter killer murder PO. I guess it's people. Body of missing women discovered at home of Helen Otis.
Even the newspaper. The only real grammatical error I have found in this
is
in the newspaper.
The only actual misspelling is in the newspaper, in which they say toe instead of two.
That's fucking beautiful.
Right, I think
I bet they got this commissioned. What?
Next
my line?
Yeah. Next day.
The next day after the news was released, I received the call from the police and they asked me about the murderer. Like, what the fuck? I found the murderer today, guys. Who cares? They received Helen Otis' patient file from me. I told them everything I knew about him. The police noticed that I am not in a well-being. I told them that I am not fine at all lately. I told them that Helen Otis is a really good person. He just walked the wrong path. I thought I could help him walk the right path.
Apparently, you thought wrong.
Oh boy, it's the electric chair then, I guess, if they meet again.
I guess so. I don't think Wisconsin uses the electric chair.
This is if this is before those few years ago, they might have.
2003?
2003.
Come on, new kid.
The police found a letter at the crime place. They asked me to be calm after reading the letter. The letter that is for me.
Oh God, why?
I carefully received the copy of the letter from the police. Then they left after that. I stared at the letter, thinking of whether to read it or not. I really think my mind is at the edge of glory.
Don't push me because I'm close to the edge.
But maybe there's an answer I longed in the letter. As I sat back in my couch, I don't know how long I was staring at the letter in my hands. Then I slowly opened up the letter and began to read it.
Hey, doctor, I finally remembered what happened that night after I look at my mask. That night 6 years ago, the day before Halloween, I kept fidgeting in my bed, unable to sleep. All of the things that happened to me stings my mind like needles. That time I thought to myself, I need to do something about it. Then it happened. I threw an activated hairdryer at a student's public bathroom. But I felt something touch my foot for a second. There are a lot of people present. I remember I used Simple Fork to dig someone's eyes out of their sockets. I remember I ripped someone's head off their neck. Strong boy.
Fuck it.
A strong boy.
A strong boy eats boys' eyeballs.
How's it taste, Matt? How does it taste, Harry? Like some kid with eyes. I attacked all the people who lives in the student dorm. See, that's what I was talking about. The student dorm. Unless it's a private school, that's not very common in the U.S.
Yeah, you're right, but, you know.
I can't fully remember some details. I just do what my mind tells me to.
That's peer pressure. You shouldn't do that.
It's self-peer pressure. When no one was screaming nor struggling anymore, the peace fall upon me, a peaceful feeling I never felt before. I fall into my well-deserved slumber on a pile of bloody bodies.
Bloody body pile, because you're worth it.
Is it wrong to have a corpse in my bed? I don't think so, even if she is dead. When I opened my eyes again, I saw you, Doc. You said that the reason I am here is because I am sick. Well, I must be pretty ill for now, but I never feel so peaceful in my life. Maybe I am better off to sick like this. You told me that next time if we meet are on the electric chair. What if there is another way around? There is another sky. You must know that I got my own way to meet you in person. See you soon! Smiley face.
Oh, boy.
Well, he's in a good mood.
Gee, I wonder what happens next.
He's in a good mood.
Let's find it out. When I finished this letter, my mind went completely blank. What the hell is he trying to say? His last words send a chill down my spine. I feel like a prey to him. I become one of his options to hunt down. Wait. No. Maybe when he was still in the hospital. I am already prey to him. Maybe he longed for this day to come. God. Oh, God knows. God knows what's going on in his head. He never showed his emotion. Even though I am his doctor, but I could never truly understand what kind of person he was. I even think hello, I am saying I English very bad. Teenage Asian Michael Myers, Teenage Asian Michael Myers,
murder in a white mask, Watch the power.
Oh boy. Where was I again? He never showed his emotion, even though I am his doctor, but I could never truly understand what kind of person he was. I even think as my friend. Hell, I even think of him as my own child. What?
I guess you're not much better parent than his actual parents, then.
Ha! I mean, they were gonna send him to the electrical chair. Hey!
All the memories put you in the electrical chair.
Yeah, all the memories where he sit and chatted like a friend flashed through. Which is real? Which is fake? Why am I so fucking dumb till I forget the rules of the hospital? They won't send any sane person into that fucking place. The police can't track him down until now. They can't provide full protection for my daily life. My life was like an unstable time bomb. Till the day he is not tracked down, I am never going to know what he is going to do. My chance of getting killed by him will always remain. I don't know when will be the worst case scenario. I don't know when will be the worst scenario occur to me, so I write these down. At least I won't die without letting others know what happened. That's what I think. I live alone. This is really bad. I begin to be paranoid about my environment. Even little things could make me jump. Before any of these happened, he used to be the most harmless patient I ever met with, but now he's the one who can kill me any second he want, like a helpless prey. This is what I get for ignoring the fact that he is a criminal and tried to save him myself. This is not any lost teen who walked the wrong path in their life. This
Well,
is
of course
actually a
not.
real life crime.
Well,
And
of
here
course
I
it's not
am.
just any lost teen. It's teenage Asian Michael Myers.
It's in the name. He was like singing next to Myers. Ah. This is what I get from ignoring. Okay. Let's see. And I'm here.
Life crime.
What?
I guess you could start right there.
And here I am staring at what he really capable of. Maybe his well behavior was not all nothing but an act. The moment that I felt happy for his recovery is only me, myself only. He stabbed her. End of story. Anyways, I don't know how to face him anymore. I don't know what's going to happen next. I truly hope everything will be okay soon. Dot. 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 I just heard my house's locked door open.
This article was written by Dr. Elmer Christopher's notebook. In the drawer. There is some old newspaper articles attached to it. He already moved out of his house when the new house owner found these and posted it online. So, he literally, when he opened his notebook, skipped a few spaces. And then, like, when the door was opening, wrote, I just heard my house's locked door open. And then closed the notebook and put it back in the drawer.
Oh boy, I could just picture that. Like, you could just hear the locked door open, and then just like the doctor's like, hold on, buddy, let me just write this down quick.
Helen, give me like 5 minutes.
Yeah, Helen, hold on, don't kill me just yet. You can hang me up and pay me or whatever later. Just let me finish.
Paint me like your dead bodies.
Just make sure you get my good
a very
side.
Different movie. She told Leonardo DiCaprio to paint her like one of his dead bodies.
Oh dear Lord!
Oh,
just I could just picture that being like a really creepy movie, actually. Murderer who thinks they're an artist.
Isn't that technically what we just read? Yeah.
Shut
again,
up.
While the link of this is going to be in the description, don't go and send this person hate.
Yeah, they haven't written on this in like, years. Your hate will be misjudged and misguided. But they won't even read it.
Some more recent stuff. I don't think it's literate. I don't think the most recent stuff is writing, but
still, hate is bad.
Yeah, obviously.
If you want to leave hate,
they actually posted something earlier this month. Not early, just last month in their journal.
Does it have any mentions of the police calling the police?
No, it's, hey, is Bloody Painter still a creepypasta?
Is my creepypasta still creepypasta? Question mark.
They have a YouTube channel. Oh. I'm gonna look. DeluCat Daily. It's a whole bunch of short little creepypasta animations.
Oh, really?
Some of them, like some of them, like you see creepypasta characters, but one of them is on gender identity, which, okay. But yeah, apparently I'm going to their YouTube channel. I'm going to see how long how many episodes are in this series. Okay, that might have been one of the more adorable sounds I've heard in a while. Their latest one on the DeluCat Daily is number 20, which was last month. And they also did a Chinese vocal cover of Smoke and Mirrors by Little Janie Cakes.
Oh, so this person's got it made. They're actually still doing shit then.
Shit. But yeah, alright. While I don't think this creepypasta was good, I, once again, don't have any hate towards the creator, and from what I'm seeing, they're actually a pretty cutesy artist, animator.
But they invented Teenage
Asian Michael Myers.
Yeah, Teenage Asian Michael Myers. Even if it wasn't their original intention, they made something great.
Yes.
Or we did
as
too.
As well as the fact that they've also made something pretty... So that's what she looks like. I don't know if you're looking at her YouTube channel, but there is a picture of her in the banner. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, I see what you mean by that cute sound. Like, holy shit, wow.
It is one of the most adorable sounds I've ever heard.
I want to get that, like, for, like, a text tone or something. Just damn.
But yeah.
Holy shit. Is this like a 2-hour episode?
It might be. But yeah, yeah, so while I can't say that this is a good creepypasta, I guess if you do like animation, you might as well check this person's YouTube channel out. Though it might be in Chinese. I didn't listen to it, so I can't tell you.
Don't worry, I bet there's some closed captions in there. We'll make it work.
I mean, after all, Kazuna's like the AI channels have closed captions.
Yeah, so I don't see why this one wouldn't.
Yeah, Kazuna AI's gaming channel. She started playing Detroit Become Human.
She is right now? Oh my gosh.
She's playing Detroit Become Human and shit, I think she's on to I think she's still doing like the second FNAF game, and I think she just recently finished the End of Zoe DLC for Resident Evil Biohazard.
Oh, cool.
And she's also playing Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh boy.
I guess means that there is a Japanese port of the game now?
I guess.
Which I'm really wondering how one of the lines is going to end up happening. Because there is literally a joke about how that doesn't... a joke about a pun that doesn't work in English.
Oh.
Yeah, it's literally like... I thought you, of all people, would like squid, Monica. Why would I like squid? Because it's in your name. Mon-Ika.
Alright.
On my channel, I actually, I took a second, I was like, wait, what? Oh! Ika, squid. Okay. But yeah,
oh boy.
I mean, it's the whole thing of, it's a creepypasta with a good number of the stereotypical writing cliches, but, you know, if you...
Creepypasta's that short?
Typically, yeah. If you like OC creepypastas, you'll probably like it. And you'll probably like the origin story prequel, too.
Which we might read later, because maybe we'll get to see Tom actually die in it.
I might actually have to see what some of the videos on the YouTube channel... Because it's English titles for the episodes.
Maybe Taiwan actually has people speaking English in it.
English is kind of considered the quote-unquote international language, so if you are going to be doing, business in other countries, you kind of have to know how to speak English.
Yeah, but, Chinese is actually on the rise for that, right?
Well, Mandarin is the most common spoken language on Earth. But of course, China has the largest... Yeah, China has the largest population of any country.
That's cheating. China,
And
come
on
on.
top of that, most of those people don't live in the like the big city areas, so they aren't going to be in areas in which they're going to be doing international business. They're going to be
Touche,
out in more
but
of the rural areas where they're just minding their own business and shit. Not completely
oh boy.
drowned out in smog.
I could just picture some like businessman ending up in a rural area trying to do business.
Well, he'd also be able to speak at least one of the Chinese languages. Because
One of
there's
the
multiple.
oh boy. I'm really glad that English is so, just English.
It's also one of the hardest languages to learn.
English is or
Yeah,
Mandarin
partly
Chinese?
because of the fact that there are so many contradictory rules.
Oh
As well
yeah,
as the
like
fact
beer
that
and bear.
as well as the fact that as a Germanic language, how the word is spelled actually has jack shit to do with how it's pronounced. For instance, in Old English, knight would have been pronounced knight as in like this the royal soldier or whatever would have been pronounced knisht.
Look at all these Kanish.
Yeah. English is a terrible language.
Oh boy.
Anyway, I'm
Terrible
Llytic.
language or not, it's given us great fan fiction.
I guess I'll put her YouTube channel in the description too then. Ah,
You do
fuck.
that then. But let's sign off. It's fucking getting late, man. And
Yeah.
as much as I love talking my ears off with you, I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, I'm Llytic.
I'm teenage Asian Michael Myers.
Which is really concerning considering the fact that you're white. I did live in Wisconsin for a time.
I fit neither the description of a Wisconsin person nor an Asian.
Nor a Wisconsin Asian.
But I am.
Wiscasian.
Oh boy.
This has been What Are We Reading? See ya.
Yeah, bye.
Hate me.